Michael here, back for another huge week in LEGO news, with new sets from Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man Quantumania, plus summer Harry Potter sets, LEGO Ideas A-Frame Cabin, 9 new LEGO Ideas sets, and what's going on with the 501st Battle Pack. And don't forget to listen to the latest episode of my LEGO Masters podcast, TalkBricks Masters. This week I sit down with Season 3 finalists Dave and Emily for a post-season deep dive, and you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and so much more using the links in the description below. And I'll kick off another round of the weekly giveaway. Just subscribe and leave a comment about this week's news. And of course, I'm back with LEGO deals from Amazon and across the web, so if you want to pick anything up to support the channel, there's links in the description below. First up over at ZAVVI, they got the UCS Millennium Falcon for 19% off with code LEGOFalcon, plus the brand new Lunar New Year sets for 9% off with code LEGOCN. Next over at Amazon, the LEGO Minecraft Bakery is 32% off, and the LEGO DC Batman Batcave Riddler Face Off is 23% off. From LEGO Marvel, the Iron Man Armory is 37% off, and the Gargantos Showdown is 20% off. From LEGO Star Wars, the Dagobah Jedi Training is 22% off, and Boba Fett's Throne Room and Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter are 20% off. From LEGO Ninjago, the Crystal King is 18% off, and from LEGO Avatar, the Natirian Thanator vs. Amsuit Gorge set is 11% off. Over at Walmart, LEGO Classic 90 Years of Play is 20% off, and the LEGO Marvel Avengers Sanctuary 2 Endgame Battle and LEGO Icons Galaxy Explorer are 25% off. Plus, over at LEGO, today's your last day to get the Blacktron Invader. Plus, even more promos start on the 15th. And if you want to pick up any of these deals and more and support the channel, there's links in the description below. Next up, thanks to BrickClicker, we've got news of the sets coming for the latest Guardians, Ant-Man, and Doctor Strange movies. First up from Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got the new Guardians Spaceship, which will retail for $100 and feature 1,108 pieces. As there were sets of the Guardians ship from the previous two movies, this makes perfect sense. And this ship is definitely one of the Guardians' most unique ones yet, especially with the 5 engines and those large rings at the back. But given the price and piece count, I'm a little worried that this one could be a bit scaled down. So sadly, instead of being quite as massive as the Guardian ship set, which currently retails for $160, it'll probably end up being more the size of the recent Quinjet set, which is the same price. I'm very excited to get minifigures of the Guardians in these updated suits, though they'll likely split them across the full wave of sets. And I'm also hopeful we'll get some of the new characters from the movie, like Adam Warlock. Next, after the Iron Man, Venom, and Carnage sets, LEGO is finally returning back for more Marvel helmets, as this time we'll be getting Star-Lord's helmet with 602 pieces retailing for $80. The design for Star-Lord's helmet has always been one of my favorites, so it's going to be so great and unique to get a set build for this one. Plus, I'm very curious to see if they'll include a build with the hair, or if instead the helmet will be empty, similar to the Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet that we got. Next from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, we'll be getting one set for $30, which includes 289 pieces. And while we don't have much details of what the set will include, the Ant-Man set formula is pretty well established. Each of the previous sets included some sort of brick-built vehicle for a character to ride in, and both sets featured 3 minifigures, including 2 heroes and the film's main antagonist. But after seeing all the amazing details from the new trailer, I'm hoping they change it up this time. As while they could always choose one of the new ships, I'm hoping we instead get a brick-built villain, and hopefully more minifigures as well, because I want to get Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Stature. And since this is the only set for the movie, we have to get Kang. Finally, from the Multiverse of Madness, we're getting the Doctor Strange Dimensional Portal Polybag for $5. And I'm thinking that the design for the portal should look similar to what we saw in the Sanctum Sanctorum. And while I imagine it'll be the same minifigure from the Gargantos Showdown, I'm hoping for another variant. Next up, thanks to PromoBricks, we've also got details about a ton of great sets coming for Harry Potter this summer, with the most exciting news being the $430 direct-to-consumer Gringotts. After previously being teased by a LEGO designer and depicted in the recent Leicester Store update, it seems like we're finally getting a long-awaited update to the popular Diagon Alley direct-consumer set. This version of Diagon Alley came out in 2020 and featured 7 iconic locations, but the notable one missing was of course Gringotts, which we haven't seen depicted since the 2011 version. As this building is said to fit in with the rest of Diagon Alley, we can expect it to be very large and feature quite an interior, because while this set may feature only one building, it is the price of almost the entire Diagon Alley set, and a lot of those extra pieces will be going to a track system that sits underneath the building and leads to other Gringotts vaults, which could even include the vault we see from Deathly Hallows, which makes me think we could see the Iron Belly Dragon, and I'm hoping it's large in scale like the recent Kai's Fire Dragon. And as for figures, I'm hoping for more updated goblins, and I'm just so excited we'll be finally getting this set. Next up, the Night Bus will also be back at a larger scale, as this one will retail for $160 and feature 2,260 pieces, which would likely make this look more like a larger purple version of the LEGO Creator Expert London bus that we got previously. And I'm excited to see this larger scale version of the car and the interior details they can pack in. Next up, for $85 with 730 pieces, we have the Battle of Hogwarts. By the name, this looks to be coming from the Deathly Hallows as well, which might mean that this latest Hogwarts expansion could be a little bit different. Next up, we're getting Expecto Patronum with 754 pieces retailing for $65, which seems to be a lot larger in scale than the $20 version we got previously. Next up, we've got the Quidditch Trunk with 599 pieces, also retailing for $65. This of course reminds me of the Hogwarts magical trunk that we got this year, which makes me wonder if it'll be filled with equipment or small builds that you can make all sorts of Quidditch scenes. And speaking of Quidditch, there's supposed to be a Quidditch practice polybag with 55 pieces. Next up, we're getting a buildable Dobby the House Elf with 403 pieces, retailing for $40. This set is set to resemble the recent I Am Groot set and likely will feature similar posability. Plus, it's also said to have accessories of the birthday cake as well as the sock. Harry Potter brickheads are also back, with a 2-pack of Harry Potter and Chang, which makes this the 3rd Harry Potter brickhead we've gotten, plus another 2-pack of Draco Malfoy and Cedric Diggory, and finally an individual brickhead of Kingsley Shacklebolt. Next in LEGO Ideas news, we got the reveal of the A-frame cabin with 2,082 pieces, retailing for $180 on February 1st. While a bit different from the original, the final design looks really stunning with lots of great detail, and I love how fleshed out the scene looks. Not to mention the 18 Thor's hammer pieces. On the right, there's some nice rock work and a spot for the canoe, and on the left, an area for chopping wood. There's even detail around back with the outdoor shower and generator. Not to mention all the amazing foliage and these really unique trees, which help bring the scene to life. The build is also completely modular and separates for access inside. On the first floor, there's a nice desk area with some unique accessories, and across the way is the nicely built out kitchen. And on the other side is a small living room area with a record player. Upstairs is the main bedroom with a nice build for the bed and a picture above. And on the other side is a small shelf and a mini build of the LEGO Ideas treehouse. Included with the build are 4 awesome minifigures that can have all their parts swapped around. Plus there's the new otter, squirrel, red and blue birds, frog, spider, butterfly, and new print for a moth. On the whole, I love how this one came together, and while $180 isn't exactly cheap, I'll definitely be picking this up when it comes out. Next up, thanks to the Brick Fan, we finally got a statement from LEGO about the mistake on the 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Ever since the original set was posted on LEGO.com, many eagle-eyed fans have noticed one mistake with this recent release, where in all photos the 501st officer is depicted with the rangefinder just below the accessory hole. All of the visor accessories are correctly placed, but in every photo the rangefinder is not, leaving the only photo where it's correctly placed being the lifestyle photo. Looking at the official statement between the many teams working on the project, it looks like this was done in error. While the statement may not satisfy all LEGO fans, I am curious to see if they'll make any updates going forward. Next in LEGO Ideas news, they revealed the 9 projects selected from the LEGO Ideas Test Lab. The Test Lab was a small invite-only program in collaboration with the Pick-a-Brick team on LEGO.com, with the goal of finding small builds that could be available through the service. I like how each of the builds are very different, and it's great to see how they tackled the constraint of only using a limited parts palette. It's a bit unclear how these builds will be distributed, though they will start becoming available in the next coming weeks. And if I had to guess, I'm guessing these are more Pick-a-Brick piece packs versus an official set that will come in a box. But on the whole, I'm pretty excited about this and eager to see how this program evolves over time. And in other LEGO Ideas news, there were 3 more projects that hit 10,000 supporters on the platform this week. First, we got Stargate SG-1 Embarkation Room. This project aims to celebrate the 25th anniversary of this classic TV show. The overall build looks really nice, and I love all the characters and accessories they use to flesh out the scene. Interestingly, this isn't the first Stargate project to make it to 10,000, so I'm curious to see if this one has the chances to make it through. Next up, we've got the Botanical Garden, which is a very unique build featuring this large glass greenhouse. Inside, there are so many great builds for all the different vegetation, and I love how all the sections open up to get inside. With all of its variety, I think this would make a really interesting set and fit in nicely with modular buildings. Though sadly, modular style projects don't seem to make it through. And finally, we have the Crown, a Piece of History. Modeled after a Danish crown, this build comes together in a really unique way, with all of its gold parts and the flex tube. Not to mention the fabric piece and all of the jewels that encrust it. While maybe not the perfect decor for every home, I think this would make a really interesting display piece, but as for how it will do in the review, as always, we'll have to wait and see. So there you have it, another really fun week in LEGO news with so many exciting rumors. As you might imagine, I'm so excited for all the Marvel sets, as Marvel's one of my main themes. Not to mention all the exciting Harry Potter news for the sets coming later this year. And on top of that, the A-frame cabin from LEGO Ideas looks really nice and I can't wait to pick it up. But after all the amazing January 1st releases, I may just have to cool it and wait for my budget to replenish. Be sure to leave this video a thumbs up down below if you're as excited as me, and don't forget to subscribe because I'll be back next week with even more LEGO news. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think about all the stories? And which one are you most excited about? And now we've got this week's giveaway winner. Congratulations! And be sure to email me from the About page on my channel so we can coordinate about the prize. And if you want to enter this week's round, just leave me a comment about this week's news. You must be a subscriber to win. And definitely turn on notifications to find out when my next video is posted, because I'll be announcing the winners at the end of some of the videos. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks, and have a good one! Hey, Michael here. Click and watch last week's video featuring Disney 100, Dungeons & Dragons, Dr. Seuss, Speed Champions, Batman, and so much more. And don't forget to subscribe.